Can you imagine when the doctor first says you're going to be a father or mother, how excited you are? You run home, you call all your relatives and let them know that you're going to be a father or mother. But on the other hand, what about those people who realize that they're pregnant and they decide not to have the baby? They take it upon themselves to murder the fetus, kill the fetus. I think murder is a much stronger word, and I think murder is the word that should be used in this case, because it is, basically, it is murder. There are so many situations where a mother who is pregnant or a female who is pregnant who can have alternatives rather than an abortion. Because life begins at conception. There's no gray area about that. Life begins at conception. When you look at Dr. Webster, the dictionary, it tells you that an abortion is the death of a fetus. So, a death of a fetus. There's no difference between a fetus that is within your body, that is growing. There's no difference in between when a premature baby is born. It is still a fetus. It lives outside of the body, but it's still a baby. They both are still babies. And so much of this has taken place, of this abortion has gone wild. I call it abortion going wild. Abortions have gone wild since this Roe versus Wade case, where there was a case medically based on her life, and she had a choice either to live or she died and the baby died. And her choice was that she wanted to live. So that's understandable, and that was an emergency situation, and that was a choice that she had to make, but it was still murder. The choice that she made was to kill the baby. But since that ruling, many women have used that case as and used abortions as a form of birth control. Statistically, it tells you that over 1.21 million women beginning in 2005 had abortion. And today it has tripled that amount. And what's really strange about the whole situation is that when they have the abortion the first time, there is so much guilt. But what they have is repeated people who have the repeated abortions. And after the first time, the second, the third time, the fourth time, they think nothing of it. Because that initial guilt is still there. And so when they have abortion the next time after that and the next time after that, they don't really think too much of it. Now, the Center for the Bioethical Reform is a group that is for life. It's based on doctors and their statistics stating that how and who have abortions. Now, the number of abortions at the age of 12 and under is about 37%. 37%, 12 and under. The number of white women who have abortions is at 37.5%, and it has moved up now in the year 2011 to about 52%. The poor races have less abortions because, one, they can't afford them, and two, generally they have the babies and a family member usually raise their kids for them. Now, something that's called the PubMed, and the PubMed is a journal where you have a list of doctors. They go in and they speak among themselves about the situations on abortion. The topic is always abortions. And they're trying to derive a way to not give abortions. There are many doctors on this website. Plug in and just listen to some of the answers that they're all saying. They all are saying that abortion is murder. You are killing the baby. If you go to the biomedical website that I told you about earlier, and if you click on graphic images, you can actually see where they're using a vacuum to suck the babies out. They suck out an arm or leg and the head, and the parts of the baby is broken up. But that is a child that they're sucking out with a vacuum, piece by piece. Can you imagine the pain that little fetus has suffered? Because it can feel pain at that age. And most of this is usually done within the first trimester. Because at the first trimester, that baby has developed its lungs, eyes, little legs, arms, feeling. It can feel pain. It can wink its eyes. It is a living human being. Now, there are about 11% of people who have abortions in the second and the third trimester. And we know that is absolutely just horrible, horrific, especially if it's not for a medical reason. But the thing that's so hurting for me is that they do it over and over and over and not take responsibility for what they're doing. If you're going to have sex, be responsible, because you can get pregnant. And don't use abortion as a form of birth control, because that's basically what they're doing. Now, if you go to the website cbs.com, there is a website there that calls Personhood for Life for the preborn. They're trying to pass within the Constitution and have it changed so that it will read that life begins at conception, which is the truth. I wish you would take time to go and vote. Let your opinion be heard. Take a minute and look at the videos and see the real truth. Not the pretty painted picture that many people show, but the truth that really takes place when abortion takes place. See how they actually suck the arms of those babies and the legs out of those babies. It's very graphic. It's very detailed. It is heart-wrenching. Abortion is murder. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful day.